Thanks for checking out the BoshNRoll channel. If you want to see me play your deck, hang out with me in the amazing BoshNRoll community in Discord, access to my lists and sideboard guides before tournaments, book an individual coaching session, or just generally want to support what's going on here, check out the Patreon and YouTube membership options. For the finest Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, use code BoshNRoll for 10% off your order at coalesceapparel.shop. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. If you want to play what I'm playing, use my affiliate link to support the channel while you shop for cards at tcgplayer.com and play any deck anytime on Magic Online with a cardhoarder.com loan account. Thanks for being here. Let's go play some Magic. Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Once again, another day, another legacy video, this time from Patreon subscriber Khan Kubrat, who has asked me to play lands, and I'm happy to oblige because, of course, lands is a deck that is red and green, and there's a red and green card that I want to see in action in every possible place. We got Minsc and Boo here at the top end of the curve in this deck. Yeah, this is just lands, though. Urza Saga, red-green lands. We've seen this deck in Legacy. Not with Urza Saga, not with Minsc and Boo, but this has been a Legacy deck for a very long time. We've seen it on the channel a number of times. I even trophied on the channel with lands. Something of a lands expert. Wink, wink. I'm not a lands expert at all, but I did do well with it once. This deck is powerful. It's generally strong against Delver of Secrets, historically speaking, though Price of Progress can make that a tough uphill battle to climb. Really good against Control. Control is built to counter spells and remove creatures, and lands are neither of those things for the most part. It always occupies a fun place in the metagame where you're pretty soft to combo, but pretty strong against any fair deck, and that's a pretty reasonable place to be. Lands decks can exist kind of on a continuum of, do you play Gamble for extra tutoring? Do you play Valakut Exploration for extra card advantage? Do you have Punishing Fire in the deck? If so, how many copies? Do you play Elvish Reclaimer? If so, how many copies? We are on 2 Punishing Fires facilitated by 3 Grove of the Burn Willows. We got 2 Elvish Reclaimers, no Endurance in the main deck. There are 2 in the sideboard, though. Sometimes you see Endurance in main decks. 4 Loams, of course. 4 Exploration, 4 Crop Rotation. That's the core of the deck. Exploration lets you play more than 1 land in a turn. Loam keeps your hand full of lands. And then the lands do stuff. Urza Saga poops out constructs and tutors up the artifacts in the deck, which this version has selected the 4 Mox Diamond that are always in the deck, Currency Converter, Expedition Map, and Shadow Spear. Those are our options to tutor for. Thespian Stage can copy Dark Depths to make a 20/20. Thespian Stage can copy Urza Saga, and then once it learns how to make constructs, copy something else like Basic Forest. Then it becomes an unwastelandable Saga Factory, or Construct Factory. That's really tough for a lot of decks to beat, because normal removal can never keep up with that. We've got Blast Zone to clear creatures out. We got Bajuka Bog to mess with graveyards. Tabernacle to mess with creatures. Field of the Dead to actually win the game. Ghost Quarter when Wasteland isn't doing what you need it to. And of course, the 4 Wastelands themselves. That's a tough one to come back from when it's loaming in and out of play. 2 Mates of Myths out of respect for Murktide Regent. And of course, at the top end, Minsc and Boo, which adds a totally different dynamic to the deck. It's a little awkward that Minsc and Boo is a spell in a deck that otherwise is trying to win without casting a lot of spells, especially since it's at the top end. Like, a lot of the times you want to test a deck's answers as you curve up, where it's like, can you beat my 1-drop? Okay, you did. Can you beat my 2-drop? Okay, you did. Okay, you beat my 3-drop? You're out of answers for my 4-drop. This is the only card that really exists that is a good target for Lightning Bolt in the deck. It's the only card that's a good target for Force of Will. And I guess Crop Rotation can be pretty tasty. Sylvan Library could be tasty. But counter spells, damage spells, removal spells, we might end up in a bottleneck situation where the opponent has a bunch of spells that aren't good because we've been generating virtual card advantage, and we unlock that by giving them something to point them at. But I'm going to hope that's not the case. We can also take our sweet time wastelanding them and ghost quartering them off of their mana, so they can't answer Minsc and Boo even if they do have the answers. That's another way to go. As far as all the Minsc and Boo decks that I've tried on the channel, I believe this is number 5, by the way. If you missed those other leagues, go check it out. This is the one I'm least excited about, this card being in the deck for. I think it's good. I think we're going to win games with it. I'm just not convinced it's adding a dimension to the deck that the deck needs. Wherein all the other games I've played with it, it really is adding a giant gas pedal to the deck that it otherwise doesn't have. I mean, this is a exciting thing you can do under Blood Moon. You can win a game without playing a lot of lands with this. Like, you can ramp it out on turn 3 with Mox Diamond and just win a game without exposing yourself to Price of Progress. This Minsc and Boo can shrug off Wasteland. Like, leaving Wasteland untapped means you can never go for Dark Depths. It can mess with a Saga line. You can just bully through Wastelands with normal land drops here. Okay, maybe there are some angles that this deck needs covered by Minsc and Boo. Enough theory crafting. Let's just go play Magic. The sideboard is a bunch of stuff to slow down combo, ways to kill Murktide Regent, and that's about it. This is lands. We just jammed in Minsc and Boo. Let's try it. Khan Kubrat, thanks for sponsoring the league. In we go. I'm on the draw in round 1. I have no acceleration, no exploration or Mox Diamond. I do have the 1 of Sylvan Library and Saga plus Port. Like, I could slow this game down, or I could try to speed it up. This one's on the edge. A lands expert might not keep this, but I'm going to. Uh-oh, Arid Mesa. What the hell deck has Arid Mesa in it? Some Painter variant? Oh, it's just fucking Delver. They must not be playing a basic island in their build. This is awkward. I could Urza Saga, just get that out there, begin the process of grinding up to a Mox Diamond, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to play Expedition Map off of Rishadan Port, which means that I can port off Urza Saga next turn, and then make constructs if I want to. Yeah, being on the draw against Delver right off the bat here, and the way they just aggro Daze, that makes me think a Wasteland's coming. I hope I can punish that, though, because that Expedition Map was not important in my plan. Ooh, no Wasteland. That's good news. I think I'm going to cast Sylvan Library. Oh, Maze of Ith is nice. Yeah, I'm just going to put Sylvan Library on this deck. I'll at least get card selection, even if it doesn't generate much card advantage. And they used a Daze on something irrelevant last turn. We're in there. So I can Maze of Ith their attacker, port their land, and see a bunch of extra cards every turn. Oh, that's what Arid Mesa is for. You're a Jeskai deck. Okay, got it. Makes sense. Jeskai Delver it is. Let's see if I get Prismatic Ending here. Nothing, sure. There's my basic and Wasteland and Thespian Stage. I'm not really in a hurry for any of these cards. I'm going to put Stage and Wasteland on top. And then I'm going to play Maze of Ith and just start stabilizing here. It's lightning bolting me, sure. I think I'm more worried about Stoneforge Mystic than I am about Dragon's Rage Channeler or Lightning Bolt. I'm going to go after the white. And then Wasteland's on top, so I can waste you off white entirely. We're 1 mana short of Murktide Regent right now. Exploration, that's really good. Is it worth 4 life? Oh, life is risky here. I'm going to go for it. Pay 4 life to keep that. That changes everything. And I'm going to lead on the exploration, see if I can get this in. Cool. Wasteland. Take you off your white. Stifle. Cool. Urza Saga. Get that one in. Get that one ticking. Okay. A Stifle Jeskai Delver deck is what we're dealing with here. Still going after the color you seem to only have 1 of. Can cast Murktide Regent this turn if you find another land. I'm digging for Loam. If I can get Wasteland running right now, we're in good shape. This Minsc and Boo looking pretty bad. This is not the matchup that's for. Did not shuffle. Found a Wasteland. What are you worried about? I currently only have 1 green source in play, or 1 colored source at all. But Maze of Ith is the thing that's keeping me alive. Yep, that is what I would have gone after as well. Just on the 2-turn clock now, or 1 attack plus bolt or double bolt. A lot could go wrong. Found Elvish Reclaimer. That's not what I want. I put these stages on top. Can't afford to pay life here. Saga ticks up, and Minsc and Boo does not kill Delver. Like, I could Elvish Reclaimer. Oh, I don't have enough mana to Elvish Reclaimer and Minsc and Boo anyway. Do I want to just be dead to Lightning Bolt and give myself a chance to win the game with Shadow Spear? I'm going to play Reclaimer and not port them this turn. I think the only chance I have at all is if they don't have basically any interaction or Lightning Bolt. I needed that Maze of Ith. Brainstorm, terrifying, because there are at least 3 cards in the deck that kill me outright in Lightning Bolt. What about that Stifle? That was messed up. That's something I got to think about now. Okay, dead to Lightning Bolt. Let's hope you don't have one. There was a brief pause, and then they passed the turn. Okay, whatever. Yeah, you got me. Cleverly waited for me to tap my mana. Yeah, on the draw against Delver, they had Wasteland and Stifle. Tough stuff. This is... I kept the hand and I said, like, this doesn't have any acceleration, and Delver especially is a matchup where you want the acceleration. So Pyroblast, Endurance, Choke. Even Sphere of Resistance, these are all cards I would consider. Minsc and Boo is bad here. Expedition Map seems kind of risky in the Stifle matchup. Sylvan Library's tough because they come after your life total so hard. Currency Converter's good. I like the Loams. I like the Fires. I've gotten advice in the past that you should assume Graveyard Hate's going to happen, and you can generally shave a Loam in basically every matchup because everyone's going to fight over it. I don't know if that's still true. It makes sense to me currently, though. This is not a Karakas matchup. That's just a white land. I don't want to cut too many lands, even if some of them aren't great, because my deck is built to put many lands into play, and I can't go too far off the field for that. Expedition Map seems kind of shit against the Stifle deck. Yeah, I really don't want to go lower than 3 Loams. Shadow Spear looks important. Currency Converter looks important. Well, all my cards are good. What do I do now? There's not an obviously shitty tech land left. Boseiju could knock them off of lands at some point. I also suspect them to be a Stoneforge Mystic deck, or Esper Sentinel. Like, there's some reason they're playing white. I could just submit 61, which might happen here because I can't figure out what to cut. Tell me what the last cut is in the comments. I'm hitting submit. Crop Rotation, holding together a hand of Garbo. I'm gonna mulligan this. 2 Pyroblasts and Maze of Ith. This one I'll try and send. Seiju is my green source. I have a Windswept Heath. Super shitty that their deck has Stifle and Wasteland in it. That's basically cheating. I'm gonna play into Stifle and out, not into Wasteland. Like, if they play a Delver or Ponder or like anything here, I'm not gonna spend a Pyroblast on Ponder though, when Delver and Murktide are definitely in this deck. This deck might not be able to play Price of Progress because of their mana base. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, fetch Taiga and hope it sticks. I'm gonna at least play around Daze. Play Exploration. That was worth a Force of Will. Okay. Yeah, keeping that Boseiju would have protected that. Please go after the Saga. Okay. Alright. We get to play another turn. I'm gonna play Stage and pass. If we get another turn, then Thespian Stage can become another Taiga, and then I at least have something to do. Okay, land go. I like that. I like that fetch land for later. I'm not going to jam it into this super obvious Stifle, though. If I Pyroblast this, that's an answer I don't have to Murktide, but their hand has not been impressive so far. I am actually going to go after this. I played another Flooded Strand and shipped it. Cool. Alright, now I have Saga, and I have Thespian Stage that can copy Saga. cool stuff can happen. Cracking a fetch. We're making moves here. Just fetch, go. Do I want to copy Saga in the end step with Thespian Stage? I think so. I should have tapped Saga to do that and left my red up. Just figuring out how to tap with this deck. Okay, those Thespian Stage just learned how to tap for colorless. And play a land. There is another Taiga in the deck. I'm going to play Exploration. And Maze of Ith. I'm dumped out here. This just looks like a stifle to me. They just haven't done anything unless they're setting up a Price of Progress. Winter Orb, that's pretty good. Okay. In the end step, I am going to make a construct, start attacking. I would like to untap my Taiga, I think. Draw another Red Blast, that's a lot of that. And then I guess I'm getting Currency Converter. That one at least does stuff. Cracking a fetch. I'm going to fetch in response when they can't stifle me. Get another Taiga. Volcanic Island and Lightning Bolt. Sure. Okay, this game's going to get weird. We both only get 1 mana per turn. A Mox Diamond would be great. I'm going to untap the Thespian Stage, which is going to tick up in my upkeep. Okay, that lets me Mox Diamond. If they stifle the copy here, that's actually a pretty big beating. I'm going to copy Maze of Ith, because this does tap for colorless, in addition to everything else that it does. Or do I want Taiga? I'm going to copy Maze of Ith. That seems pretty dope. Okay, so I have a Maze of Ith that isn't going to die, but I still get to tutor, and I'm going to get Mox Diamond, which ramps me now that I have a land to discard, which also creates a treasure with Currency Converter. I'm holding up 2 Red Blasts here, and I can start cranking out constructs next turn. And by cranking out, I mean generating slowly and abysmally. End step, make a treasure. Untap the Maze of Ith land. Seiju. That's really good. That just kills Winter Orb, and then I go nuts. You could stifle that, though. But I can Pyroblast stifle. We'll see how this goes. In my end step, yeah, I'm going to Beseiju and try to protect it with Pyroblast. Alright, I get another treasure. Now I can Pyroblast this thing twice. You can search for a land, but my shit's unlocked. I'm going to go crazy. Get another treasure. Okay, now I'm ready to rip this game up. Bajuka Bog even, get ahead of the Murktide Regent. Okay, cool. Good stuff happening here. There's no basics in play, so if they draw Wasteland, they can mess up my Maze of Ith. Oh, another Winter Orb. Cool. What Maniac plays 2 copies of that card? I could crank up Blast Zone, or I could just use Blast Zone to make a construct. Yeah, I'm just going to start making constructs. They're too big for Lightning Bolt. Another diamond. Yeah, someday I'll draw a land, and then 2 diamonds, make tons of constructs. Only need 1 land a turn in that world. Here comes my construct. Towards the Plowshares. It's fine. I could gain 1 more life by making a construct in response, but I'd rather not commit mana when I'm not sure if I'll get it back. I don't know how many Pyroblasts I'm going to need to cast this turn. End step, make a construct. Stifle. I think that's worth a Pyroblast. I'll go for it. If they're doing that, it means they don't have a better answer. Tap the Maze of Ith. Keep going. Come on, land. That is a land. It gives me 2 extra treasures. If this resolves, or 2 extra artifacts, I get to discard Wasteland and make a treasure. Back for 6. No blocks. Make a treasure. And could make a construct now. I'm a little worried about Meltdown, but Meltdown's going to smear me no matter what. Okay, make a construct. Take 8. Okay. Meltdown or dead. Those are your choices. And they chose death. I love when they choose death. Force of Vigor, now that I know what's going on over there. Don't like that. Choke, Force of Vigor. Boseiju was pretty important in that game. That one turn to untap everything. It's also a good recurable answer to the shit they're up to. Punishing Fire hits every creature I expect out of their deck, except Murktide Regent. Yeah, that was weird. They just like didn't do anything. Tried to play full control mode against me. Maybe I don't want Tabernacle. Unless I've killed all their lands, but I'm playing Choke. So removing all their lands is live. Okay, never mind. I already submitted 61. Where am I going to find 2 more cuts? This is crazy. Currency Converter was great. Mox Diamond, really important, especially now that I expect the orb. But I can tutor those, and like the second and third one are pretty bad, unless I have Loam going. I caught a Punishing Fire? The hell? This is so hard. Do I leave Punishing Fire and just submit 61 again? Do I forget about Winter Orb and not bring in these 2 Force of Vigors? I could bring in 1 Force of Vigor. And that's 60 cards. Tabernacle seems kind of important, but also like I can win without it. Okay, I'm gonna submit this. Really tough deck to sideboard with when you don't have the reps. No green source, crushing, because this hand is otherwise great. Gonna ship it. Alright, here we go. Keep this one, and Punishing Fire seems pretty important. And Wastelanding this deck seems great too, but I think I'd rather fire them. Alright, yeah, my deck's got lots of lands in it. Bottom of land, keep the spells. Ponder, you got it. I think I want to fetch my basic whatever it is, forest right now. Get Elvish Reclaimer onto the stack in a way that Wasteland doesn't get me. I could also just Wasteland them and try to cheese. Oh, I drew a Loam. I'm going to Wasteland them and try to cheese. They did not shuffle their Ponder, so they must not be desperately looking for answers yet. Now I wish I had kept the other Wasteland. Ghost Quarter, cool. Haven't seen a basic yet out of them. I'm not going to fetch into Stifle. You're not getting that for free. Wasteland, okay. Endurance, okay. Alright, here's Ghost Quarter. Now they've seen that one. We can play Wasteland Chicken here. Like, if they waste my Ghost Quarter, I can Ghost Quarter their Mesa. They fetch in response. And then I get to fetch around Stifle here. Get my basic in. And if I can resolve a Loam, we're in great shape. Solver of Secrets, yep. Maze of Ith, someday you'll be good. Life from the Loam. Please and thank you. Please resolve. Something like Daze is annoying, but we can work through it. Force of Will is 2 cards, slightly less annoying than Daze. Force of Negation would have been devastating. I guess I'm just going to discard here, and I'll drop, I think, the Ghost Quarter. This is a tough spot not to have Exploration in. Prismatic Ending, sure. No longer worried about Exploration. Brainstorm. My options here are Elvish Reclaimer plus Maze of Ith. Okay. Oh, aggressively Wastelanding me. I hope I can punish that with the Maze. And they're holding Prismatic Ending. Not going to Dredge Loam. Alright, perfect. Rewarded on that one. Just looking for a spell there, and it delivered. If I play Wasteland, that could sniff out a Stifle. Wasteland, get your white source, because if I can take you off the Prismatic Ending, we're in good shape. That Stifle's fine, I was ready. Mox Diamond. Discard. Do I want to kill the Delver or play Maze of Ith? I'm going to discard the Heath. Oh, I already played my land this turn. Great. I guess I'm killing Delver. Zap this thing. I'm probably getting my Diamond ended next turn. Oh, in that case, I should have discarded Maze. I thought I had a land drop left. Why did I think that? Whoops. Just totally lost track of that turn. Force of Will pitching Stifle to keep the Delver around. Might be good enough if I don't find another source of mana here. Yeah, that was a comedy of errors. Oh wow, they wared me. don't even need to use Prismatic Ending. Don't like that. Come on, Mana Source. Okay, that's a Mana Source. I can Life from the Loam next turn. I'm gonna Maze of Ith and Reclaimer this turn. Now they have a good target for Prismatic Ending. They'll need a Wasteland as well. We keep pushing damage. And I am gonna Dredge Loam here. Play Thespian Stage, Life from the Loam, target Wasteland, and Windswept Heath. Might not even need to choke, might just waste them out of this game. They haven't played a land in a little while. Winter Orb, don't care. I'll untap Maze of Ith every turn until you're dead. Untap Maze of Ith. Draw for turn, don't Dredge Loam. Play Wasteland. I'm going to stop in their upkeep. Whatever land they untap, I'm going to waste it. Yeah, playing Winter Orb into the multiple Wastelands picked up from Loam is a choice. Untap Maze again. Now I don't even need to wait. I just won't give you any lands to untap. Wasteland that. The Delver, I'm going to Maze it one more time and then try to kill it. Or I guess I can't kill it next turn. Still amazing, it is worth doing. I'm gonna untap. Do I want the forest? Yeah, I think so. I'm at 16. I can take 3. Pyroblast. Deal. I'm gonna get Taiga and cast Pyroblast on this Delver. Very cool. Now the board's stable and I can start doing stuff. And they've had quite enough. Who's the Mana Denial deck now? On to the next round. You come here to level up at Magic. To level up as a software engineer, check out the new YouTube series Dev Better, hosted by the founder of 7 Factor Software and Magic player, Jeremy Duvall. 7 Factor's small teams of high-performing engineers build custom mobile apps, APIs, and highly scalable systems for Fortune 500 companies and ambitious startups with great ideas. If you'd like to hire 7 Factor, or maybe join their team, contact them through their website at 7factor.io. And don't forget to subscribe to 7 Factor's YouTube for every episode of Dev Better. On the draw again no acceleration, but I have crop rotation and Loam. Is that even good? You get Wasteland stuff going. I'll try it. A swamp. Thoughtseize. Okay, I'm losing my crop rotation. Yeah, it's kind of rough that Bajuka Bog was in the hand with the crop rotation anyway. I don't even know if that was good. Do I want to play Maze of Ith? Show you what I drew. I think I'm going to play Yavimaya and pass the turn. Not really expecting a haste creature or an extra turn to happen here. This could be Reanimator or it could be one of those black Helm decks that's been kicking around. Starting to look like Reanimator. Oh no. Oh, is this my Yawgmoth deck? Is this one of my Patreon subscribers? I literally recorded Yawgmoth yesterday at the time of this recording, and I don't know. I released it to the Patreon already. Wild shit. Okay. I can drop the Maze of Ith. That can Besage if it needs to, but why would it need to do that? I could also Loam target nothing and start dredging. I think I'm going to Maze of Ith and pass. That Young Wolf was quite a relief. Sucks they were able to cast off my Yavimaya. My build of Yawgmoth didn't have Bloodstained Mire in it though, so if this is that, then it's not the same build. Wonder if this attack was a trick into taking me off Beseiju, but I don't know. I'm not going to take one for no reason. Kraken fetches. I cracked all these fetches and tapped them all for green anyway. Zenith for 2. Yep. It's going to get Scavenging Ooze, Strangleroot Geist. Yeah, Scavenging Ooze. They would have gotten Geist pre-combat. The Dark Depths is the best thing I can draw these days. I will play Thespian Stage to at least give myself the out of Dark Depths. Crop Rotation also does the same thing. This definitely looks like Yawgmoth, just all of the pieces are here. I'm gonna Maze the Scavenging Ooze. Try to absorb damage. Witherbloom Apprentice. Okay, this is definitely not my build. This is a multi-piece combo thing, whatever this is. Rishadenport is going to try to at least control their mana a little bit. Tap a Bayou in the upkeep. I can eat my crop rotation with it. Might as well. Castle Lochthwain. Okay. They're doing something totally different. Thoughtseize. Targeting me. Alright, you can take one of my Loams and immediately exile it. Yeah, my hand just isn't doing anything. Surprise, surprise. Maze the Ooze. And they're pushing for real damage. I need to find Dark Depths before they find Chain of Smog. And my Yavimaya is making this Ooze insane. I don't even want to dredge because then they can just eat my lands. I'm going to play Grove of the Burn Willows. And I am going to Beseiju the Castle Lochthwain. I don't want them drawing any extra cards. Clearly don't have the combo killer. They would have done it. Yeah, eating my Beseiju in response before I can Loam it. You got it. And I will pass the turn and Rishadenport you again. And once again, watch my life total dwindle while I hope you don't draw Chain of Smog and I do draw Dark Depths. That's how we do it around here. My Loam is gone. Tap a Bayou. Maze the Ooze, and whatever happens, happens. Come on. Crop rotation. Opponent's got a spell. Another Wither Bloom. Block is shortening quickly. Exploration. Okay. Big help you are. First land, second land. Let's clear your graveyard out. I guess I should stop porting and use Stage to copy Maze of Ith. There's enough mana over there. They can do whatever they want. Yeah, I'm just not going to port. Attacking me for 5. Any spell at all, even like Thoughtseize at this point, dealing 2 to me, it just changes the clock. I think maybe I should have figured out this Thespian Stage thing earlier. And Punishing Fire is a great draw, if I can find that one. Get to pick off basically their whole board next turn. Come on, something relevant. Blast Zone. That's good next turn. It's got to be alive. Is Rishadenport free here? Maze, those are self-contained. Blast Zone. I need XX charge Blast Zone. Okay, yes, the Rishadenport is free to do here. Might as well. They attack me for 3. Any spell puts me to 2. I don't have a spell, especially not the... Oh, come on. You have a spell that's 2 spells? And that's exactly the 4 damage to kill me. Cool. Yeah, sweet deck. Yeah, my deck just sort of shit out there. They did Thoughtseize a crop rotation, which would have won the game. And had a Scavenging Ooze for my Loams. Yeah, they picked me apart pretty well. Do I even have sideboard for this? I can Endurance to challenge the board. I guess Force of Vigor could do something. Torpor Orb doesn't really do anything. I could try to Sphere of Resistance them. Or I could just try to turbo be a lands deck. I should expect Graveyard Hate, maybe even Leyline. Does that change anything? Not really. Alright. Same deck, let's go. Like all my answers to Witherbloom Apprentice are already in the deck. The only other thing I could do is pile up the Sphere of Resistances, try to keep them from ever casting spells. But I think just making Marit Lage is going to do better than that. Another hand with no acceleration. I'm going to mulligan this. I think I want to do better, go faster. This one... Ugh. It's closer to what I want. I guess I'll keep it and put one of the Mox Diamonds on the bottom. What do I even want out of this hand? I guess that's a question. In playing, discarding Dark Depths to Mox Diamond kind of sucks. But I think it's where I gotta be. And I'll play this Elvish Reclaimer. This is a hand that needs a Loam all day, every day. Thoughtseize, probably losing crop rotation. On Loam? Loam? Another Punishing Fire. Guess I'm just passing here. Am I worried about Opposition Agent? I don't think so. The Karakas isn't good. If I could rotate Karakas into a fetch land, then fetch land makes the... Oh, that's so funny. That's funny. You're a jokester. I play 2 copies of this card. I guess I'm rotating for Grove. If I get Grove of the Burn Willows here. Loam. Right, Ghost Quarter. My opponent did miss a land drop. Not convinced that's helpful though. I think I should chill a little longer. What is this one lander they kept? Are they just sandbagging against Wasteland? What's going on? Are they on the strength of Surgical? Okay, I'm going to bring one of these back and then rotate the Ghost Quarter away. And what do I want to do with this? I can get Thespian Sage. No, I get Saga. Yeah, I'm going to get Saga and start doing damage to my opponent. This Punishing Fire stays sleepy. Schadenport, attack for 3. Do I port you now? Probably. Haven't done anything. Okay, fine. I'll Schadenport. I wanted to make constructs, but you're just going to die with 1 land in play. Take it. Boo, boo, that's cheating. We had a deal. Veteran Explorer. Yikes. Well, the Cabal Therapy is right there in their hand. Or in the graveyard. I get my 1 basic out of my deck here. I did not consider the possibility that my opponent would ramp me this turn. Though I should imagine that Cabal Therapy is in this deck. I'm going to fire because they know the 1 card in my hand anyway. Might as well deal damage. And now I regret Rashad importing. I hope they name something funny. They name Punishing Fire? Come on. Give me a You Are Already Dead or an Abandoned Hope. Young Wolf. Powerful blocker. End step. Bring back one of these fires at least. And then in my main phase, Minsc and Boo. Oh, baby. That changes the whole dynamic of this game. I was going to like make a construct and rotate Saga away, but maybe I just float mana now. Get Shadow Spear. The problem is I don't want to just lose to the combo now that they have 4 mana. I'm going to float 1 and then rotate. Oh wait, hold up. I already have 1 floating. I can spin this away, sacrifice the Saga, get a new land, and then I also get a 1-drop. I could grab another Saga, or I could set up. Yeah, I could get Stage, set up Depths. Yeah, that sounds like it makes sense. I'm gonna get Stage, and then I search for Expedition Map. And I have a plan to win this game now. And I can Punishing Fire even through a discard spell. Dark Confidant, okay. It's dropping that one into play. They know I'm holding Punishing Fire. But if I fire the Bob, then I don't get to search for Dark Depths. Third Bloom Apprentice. Okay, they're really hanging it out there for me. I'm going to take 1 from Young Wolf, and now I have real decisions to make. I think I want to give my opponent 1 life to regrow the Punishing Fire in my graveyard, and then fire the Wither Bloom. Okay, I think I'm going to take some time to fire this game. Exploration. Does this help? It does not. Stage and Port have those. Expedition Map. I guess I don't really need to do this now. I can just fire the Bob. Punishing Fire, Dark Confidant. And now I'm out of red sources. Did I fuck up? Am I dead now? Maybe. Yeah, I might have just messed up. Okay, I should have held that second Punishing Fire in my hand. Because now if they go Wither Bloom combo, I lose. Whoops. That's a Lockthwain, okay. Oh no, you have another one. Oh, Scavenging Ooze. I'm gonna buy back a Punishing Fire in response to Ooze coming into play. Wish I could do too, but I can't. I'm glad that wasn't Witherbloom Apprentice. I will say that with confidence. There's 1 green source in play for them to eat something with. You want to get your Ooze out of fire range or eat a fire? Eat a fire. Got it. Okay, now I have some choices. I can map for Dark Depths and just try to put Marit Lage on the board. I can map for a mana source, which lets me cast Minsc and Boo and hold up Punishing Fire. Let's look at the options. Gotta just be Dark Depths, right? Yeah, I'll make Minsc and Boo my backup plan and go for Dark Depths first. 1, 2, activate, and fire. I have exactly enough to do all of that. You can gain 3 life up to 16. That's not enough. I haven't seen land destruction out of you yet. And now I have the fire up, so I can't get Wither Bloomed. You need 2 edicts to kill Marit Lage here. In the end step, 1, 2, copy Dark Depths. Keep the one with no counters. Oh, they're doing something. Assassin's Trophy. Alright, yeah, that works. I could rotate Depths into a land of my choosing. Oh yeah, my 1 basic is in play, so I'm definitely going to rotate Depths into a land of my choosing. Assassin's Trophy does the trick. Minsc and Boo it is. Oh, they're tapping more mana. Do you also have Opposition Agent? Because that would be fucked up. Just saying. I don't know, just oozing something in response. What's the play here? I could... It's Saga... Wasteland... Picks off the Castle Lochthwain. Field of the Dead's not close to being relevant. Tabernacle is annoying for both of us. Juka Bog clears your graveyard. Do I care about the size of Scavenging Ooze? Maybe I do. Yeah, if Ooze gets bigger than Boo, that's a problem. The Wasteland taking out Lochthwain is pretty nice. A lot of options here. We're gonna get Bajuka Bog. Yeah, this keeps the Ooze smaller than Reclaimer as well. Like, I can dance around Graveyard Hate. I can't dance around 7/7 creature. That's just killing me. Trophy Mist. And then I would love an untapped mana source for the turn. We got there. Now I can Minsc and Boo with the fire still up. Minsc and Boo, here you are. Make a hammy. Just a little hammy, buddy. Put 3 counters on it. And I'm going to get rowdy with Boo. I made the choices that I made to keep Scavenging Ooze smaller than Elvish Reclaimer. Let's hope that pays out. I think holding a Punishing Fire to make sure I don't die to the combo out of nowhere is better than wasting them. Uh-oh. Doing something with 6 mana here. Cracking a fetch. Nick Fit's crazy. This could be anything. This could be Grave Titan. Could be Primeval Titan. Alright, it's a Witherbloom. I have that covered. A second Witherbloom. I don't have 2 covered. If you go Bloom Bloom... Oh god, they have it? They have it? Oh, the Wasteland would have been better? Oh no, it wouldn't, because then they would have just played one of them. Well, alright. Good job. Yeah, having to play the fair deck and then also having to beat their combo is pretty rough. Brutal. Yeah, it had to be... Yeah, 3 cards in hand from the non-blue deck. Either they've been sculpting this for the entire game, or they just ripped it. But they needed the 6th land anyway, so they ripped one of the 4 pieces. They needed all 4 cards in their hand to make this happen. Well done. Alright, on to the next round. That's Magic. This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and every other format you'll see on this channel. They have multiple customizations so you can view your deck how you want. Text view, stacks, grid, custom grouping by type, subtype, color, light mode, dark mode. However you want to see your deck, they can provide it for you. My favorite feature is you can choose your set printing, make the deck look exactly how you want it to. The deck screen features expandable sections that show you what tokens your deck makes, your recent change history to the deck, stats about mana curve and opening hand distribution, mana cost distribution. You can deal out sample hands and even play test the deck. Island Ponder. You know I'm keeping this one. This site has everything. Follow me on Moxfield.com to keep up with decks I'm playing for the channel and what I'm up to in paper. I'll see you there. I am on the play with a turn 1 Sylvan Library. I'm in for this. Snapkeep. I'm going to Mox Diamond, discarding Wasteland, then play Stage and play Library. Please don't force my library. I need this. I need it. It's very important to my plan. We're in there. Okay, now don't combo kill me. Volcanic Island, go. That's good for my Wasteland in my hand. I am going to not keep Bojuka Bog, or Bojuka Bog taps for mana, but I don't have an extra land drop. Okay, Bojuka Bog on top. Crop rotation can shuffle my deck. I really don't want to get crop rotated out of this game though. Alright, I am going to pay for life, and I'm going to Wasteland. Go for the cheese. Floated a blue. Burnt the blue off. Didn't even have a brainstorm for me. I'm disappointed. Ashamed even. Play Shadow Spear, and I can crop rotate Thespian Stage if I want to. Or I can just not do that. I'm gonna just not do that. Volcanic Island, go. I'm seeing Bojuka Bog and 2 new cards here. Okay. Bog on top, crop rotation on top. Urza Saga is a great draw here. Now I'm actually doing something, moving this game forward. I was fully expecting Show and Tell, not Taiga. I'm going to copy Taiga. Just having access to that's pretty nice. To land in my deck. So is this like some 4-color Minsc deck? Probably. I'm going to put Bog on top, Saga on top. Saga ticks up. Now I have Marit Lage and Saga tokens cranking. Decide where I want to go based on what they do this turn. Probably just going to make Marit Lage though. Progressive iteration. I should have responded to that by making Marit Lage. If they just put Wasteland into play here, then I'm on the Saga plan. Misty Rainforest, okay. That could represent Swords to Plowshares. I think I might just be on the Saga plan. Why spend 2 lands getting plowed when I can just mush with Urza Saga right now? Yeah, I talked myself into it. Let's beat down. Opponent has to clean up, discarding Pyroblast. I get to library before I have to do anything else. But I'm going to put Bojuka Bog on top of the library. Or I'm going to put Basic Forest on top of the library. And pay 4 to keep Bog. Because I think I want to search up Shadow Spear here. Or no, I don't want to do that. I want Mox Diamond. Oh, Shadow Spear's in play. That's what my brain is trying to figure out right now. I'm like, why? What's happening? Okay, I was right not to go for Marit Lage. There's white mana here. I'm gonna get Mox Diamond, discard this Bojuka Bog, play another Saga. I'm not gonna equip Shadow Spear. You just fetched your white source, gave it away. That you have an answer to this. I'm not after it. Just gonna leave up crop rotation. The constructs are bigger than booze. Fairy. What does this do? Do I care? It bounces a construct. It also bounces Saga. It's not going to do that though. Do I want to crop rotate? I don't think so. Bouncing my construct. Punishing Fire and Grove of the Burn Willows. Both covered up here. Put crop rotation on top. Do I want to go to 8? I think that's fine. Saga ticks up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I can play Minsc and Boo and bash. Or I can Punishing Fire to Fairy. Do I care about Teferi? If I fire Teferi, I can also equip Shadow Spear and then crop rotation. So with Teferi in play, not getting to crop rotate kind of sucks. I'm going to fire Teferi. And if they counter this, I can rebuy it and fire Teferi again. Or not. Or they just do Force of Negation, Fetching Ponder. And I'm going to kill Teferi here. They Swords to Plowshares. I am holding up Marit Lage. And that's a plow they don't have for Marit Lage. Deal. Alright, feeling good about not equipping the Shadow Spear ever. Not giving them extra value where they didn't need to have it. Plussing Teferi means Prismatic Ending can answer. I think I'm going to copy Saga. Oh, if they tap out here. Narset is shitty. That turns off my library. They're starting to grind out of this. I think, okay, now there's a plow up and a wasteland. What the fuck? Oh my god. This came together in an insane fashion. I guess I'm going to copy Saga in the end step. It gives them the opportunity to waste me pretty good. But you can waste to stop the copy, or you can let the copy tick up. And I don't know. This became very shitty very quickly. And a lot of it is because Teferi's in play. Like if I could crop rotate, dance around this wasteland, this game gets a lot easier. I cannot use Sylvan Library. And yeah, I can't turn this Saga into another land before it dies because Teferi's in play. Ugh. Guess I just need currency converter here. What do I rotate for if I rotate? Just anything that produces mana versus Dark Depths that doesn't. I crop rotate the Dark Depths. Grab another Saga, grab another stage. I don't expect this deck to have very many wastelands, but they might have Loam. My Bojuka Bog's in my graveyard. That's tough. I already have a Grove. I guess Saga makes sense. Keep some sort of pressure on somewhere. Sorry if you hear banging behind me. The home construction is in full swing, despite me recording this at 6 p.m. on a Saturday. They're just over there banging away. Also way behind on clock because my opponent's deck is easier to play than mine. That's one thing I like about blue decks. Non-blue decks, you have to think so much harder because Brainstorm's not coming to save you. Found a Flooded Strand. Plus Teferi. Swords to Plowshares is live. Don't have the mana to currency convert in the end step. Thespian Stage is an excellent draw here. Saga ticks up. And 6 cards in their hand. 1-2, activate 1-2. I'm just going to attack Teferi and see if this works. My plan was to cast Minsc, but if my opponent's over here, or if I draw Thespian Stage and can make Saga and do the Infinity Saga thing, then I'm more interested in that. Burrow, tilt. That's a good card. Where are my Loams, please? Loaming back Bojuka Bog right now would make me feel very happy. Cracking a fetch land. Don't like it. This casts Uro. I don't like that. My Bojuka Bog chilling in the graveyard where it's no help to anyone. Arrakis is in my deck somewhere. Even had another land drop. Still representing all the spells they were representing before any of this even happened. Very ticked up. Prismatic Ending is live. Do I get on board with a construct, or do I spend this turn investing in stage? I think I spend this turn investing in stage. Yeah, I want that to be a sticky Saga. This game's not ending soon. I can convert some currency here. I haven't drawn a card yet this turn. Discard Crop Rotation. Turn that into a rogue. And my 2 Sagas tick up here. It's a lot of Minsc and Booze, which normally I'd be excited about, but in this moment I'm not. I have to just get Caracas to be alive. Oh no, they're fetching right now. What are you doing right now? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it immediately. I demand that you stop it. Mystic Sanctuary, buying back, what? Expressive Iteration? Sure. Annoying, but fine. I'm gonna get the Expedition map. Is finally going to earn its keep. Sack the map. Go get Caracas. Try to regain control of this situation, but Uro bouncing in and out of play is not much better than what's already going on here. Crop Rotation, don't think gets me where I need to go. This fucking Teferi. I tried to kill it. It did not let me. I do at least get to put a 2-2 into play this turn. Here's the iteration. If they find their Loam, I'm probably just buried. If this is my list from the other day, there's 1 Loam. Brainstorm, powerful card. Teferi can minus right now and bounce my Thespian Stage. And Teferi has been a nightmare. I tried and they had Force of fucking Negation. Yep. Bounce my Thespian Stage. You have your own Caracas. That means Dark Depths doesn't work now. Not that I was going for that ever. I know what Tundra decks do to Marit Lages. Seen it. I don't recommend it. Did not put a land into play with Uro. I think I would rather put a Rogue into play than loot a card. This is like my chance to put pressure on these Planeswalkers. And replay Thespian Stage because they already know about it. And then red, green, 1, 2. Minsc and Boo. I did just tap my Caracas, which doesn't matter if Uro's their play because it doesn't have haste, but if they have their own Minsc and Boo, that's trouble. And there's Force of Will taking out my Minsc and Boo. And I want to attack your Narset at this point. If I can unlock my Sylvan Library, we're back in this. Towards the Plowshares, okay. Sucks to suck. And I will pass the turn. Defeatedly. Uro's back. Put in Wasteland GDI. That can take out the Caracas, which can then just be in trouble. How about Life from the Loam? Off the top right now. Crop rotation remains unhelpful, as it has for the whole game because of Teferi. I think I have to cast Minsc and Boo here. I just hope it works against my opponent with 1 billion cards in their hand. Minsc and Boo. Number 2. Not sure if these are helpful or not. I mean, they're getting countered, but like the thing I said about, is this even good? Is this even something the deck wants earlier? Guess I should cast one of these crop rotations. It's not getting better. What lands are even left in my deck? Wasteland, Urza Saga. Let's go for an Urza Saga. Attack the Grove. Or Maze of Ith could buy me time. Alright. Maze of Ith it is. Go ahead, draw your deck. My plan is to deck you anyway. How many Wastelands can you possibly play? Don't play a Loam. Maze of Ith versus Uro. Quite a disaster. Gotta hope that their Loam is their bottom card of their deck. And that they only play 2 Wastelands. And they don't have Minsc and Boo. Played a new Narset, which found EI. Yeah, keep shredding through your deck. That's my win con. Uro attacked, of course. Let's unattack it. Still gaining life. Okay, no Wasteland. Didn't play the EI. I found a Wasteland. What do you have to say about that? How about Blast Zone on 3? That's a real plan. Kills the whole board. Fairy is plussed. Narset is minused. Ponder is still not Life from the Loam. Aggressive Iteration. Found Scalding Tarn. Don't even know if there's fetchable lands left. Minsc and Boo. Shit. Okay. There's that one. That Caracas is also great against. Who built this great deck? Not even fair. Okay, you attack with all your shit. I'm gonna at least stop the Uro from connecting. In Maze of Ith does control the attack part of Boo, but the fling it and draw a million cards part of Boo is still pretty good. End step, I would like to put X charge counters on Blast Zone where X equals 2. Then in my upkeep, I'm going to destroy all the Planeswalkers and the Uro, so I can draw cards with Sylvan Library. 1, 2, 3. Blow this up before we get to the library trigger. Love to find a Life from the Loam, please. Nope, that card's not even in my deck. Why would I ask for it? Punishing Fire on top. Schadenport also on top. And I can play Wasteland, which lets me currency convert. Or I can play Field of the Dead, which is my 4th land. I guess I'm playing Wasteland. Currency converter is much better here. Minsc and Boo. Make a new one. Shrink it. Shrink it. One of the things that has been kicking around in my head about Minsc and Boo, which isn't really that important but might come up, is that it's free to make the Boo every turn and just keep the bigger one, and that like turns on Revolt, or if there's anything that cares about a permanent going into the graveyard or a creature dying or anything like that, there is synergy. Like maybe you should just make the hamster every turn. Ah, fuck, they found their Loam. We lose now. We lost anyway, but at least they did it second main, where I didn't take 7. Tight play. Now I'm just being a dick. Okay, end step. I'm going to currency convert. Draw a card, discard a card. I'm going to discard Rashad Port. Cannot imagine that card being remotely relevant ever in the world. And Sylvan Library, how about some help here? There's the Punishing Fire and Life from the Loam. Okay, put Depths on top, put Fire on top. And I'm going to try to cast Life from the Loam here. Targeting Karakas, Mazavith, and Bajukabog. Which of the 7 counterspells in your hand would you like to cast? Yep, Endurance certainly qualifies in this instance as a counterspell. But that does put all these cards back in my deck, where I can crop rotation to get Karakas. That was not actually a counterspell. I'm going to play Field of the Dead and then crop rotate the Wasteland away into Karakas. Or I'm just going to get forced. Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Nothing left to do here but die. Super Deadzo's on the board. This leaves me at 1 when throwing the hamster would have killed me. Hurrah, yep. We're having fun. And what do we got here? I'm not going to dredge Loam. Here's this Punishing Fire. And those are all these cards. Put on top. Put on top. Threaten a Marit Lage. Get fucked. I'm just going to F6 and make them use the 10 seconds it takes to win the game here. Maybe they'll mess up and deck themselves with Minsc and Boo, force a draw. They're sacrificing a creature. They get to keep 1 card in their deck. Dredge Loam. Dredge Loam. That was really close. If they had 9 cards in their deck instead of 10, they would have just decked themselves. Okay, cool. And we ended up within 30 seconds of each other. I'll take that. Yeah, I did not pull out far enough ahead, and their Wastelands were more effective than mine. I didn't find a Loam until the end of the game. I think if I was Loaming earlier, we win. Exploration, no, not a factor in that game. Never saw that. I want Chokes. I want Red Blasts. Spheres are interesting. Like, if I can rip out ahead of them and sphere them out of the game, that's pretty nice. But they have a lot of lands that they can play, so probably not interested. Surgical can clear Uro, which is a problem for my deck. So can Endurance, or Endurance also pressures Planeswalkers. Really, that fucking Teferi. That Force of Negation, specifically Negation on my Punishing Fire on that turn. Ugh. Rage. Filled with rage. Tabernacle is bad, for sure. I think I like the rest of these lands. Maybe I don't want Endurance in my deck. Sylvan Library. I mean, it was good for a little while. It was good on turn 1, but they're a Narset Prismatic Ending deck, which are the two reasons I don't like Sylvan Library in Legacy at all. We gotta cut 4 more cards here. I think I want my Loams. I just think that's too important. Shadow Spear. I don't think this is gonna come down to a damage race. Dark Depths, Field of the Dead. I could cut a Dark Depths because this Wasteland Swords to Plowshares Karakas deck. It's asking a lot of that. Punishing Fire can pressure the Planeswalkers sometimes if it doesn't get exiled. Mazavith was fine, but there's not a whole lot of creatures in this deck. That was like an emergency getting the Mazavith. That was not something I was happy about. Whoops, just submitted 61 again. Gotta mulligan this one. And I will keep this one. Getting Loam stuff happening early with the help of Urza Saga. I'm going to send the basic forest to the bottom. I think Ghost Quarter is probably going to be nutty. Or maybe it's Rashad Port. Alright, I'm going to send Port to the bottom. Mox Diamond. Discard basic forest. Then play Saga and cast Loam. They force a negation me. I'm going to freak out. Okay, got away with it. Played a Tundra and did not mess up my my Mox Diamond. I appreciate that. I want to get Saga online, and then I'll start Ghost Quartering. And there's a Wasteland in my graveyard now. Was giving them that turn of mana a mistake. Alright, you're casting Light from the Loam. Interesting. If I... Oh, I drew Expedition Map. Cool. I was about to say if I tutor up Expedition Map, I can get Bajuka Bog. I think I need to bog them this turn. And I want to get a Mox Diamond here. Discard Taiga. Play Expedition Map. See if this works. Or I should attack first. Attack for 4, get my extra damage. And then get Bajuka Bog. Bog you, get your Loam out of here. Now my Wasteland and Ghost Quarter work. Brainstorm. I really don't think this deck can afford a basic land. I think Ghost Quarter is going to be strip mine. So I draw for turn. Oh, Exploration, what's up? Ghost Quarter. Get your Savannah. And is there a basic? Did not think so. They floated a green. Attack for 3. Then I'm going to loam my Ghost Quarter, Urza Saga, and Wasteland back. Didn't force. Let's Exploration, Ghost Quarter. Just knock this mana out from under them. Cool. Now I'm exploring. This is how you get up under this deck. We saw how it gets under you last round. Or last game. Oh, there is a basic. It's just in your hand. Awkward. Maybe I should have wasted last turn. A prismatic ending on my exploration's pretty annoying here. Gonna dredge Loam. Cast Loam, targeting Ghost Quarter, Stage, and Saga. Did you find Force? Endurance, pitching Minsc and Boo. Sure. That slows me down a bit. I've left a Wasteland in my hand though, but the Ghost Quarter is gone. Sure. Saga and Wasteland, an attack for 3. And I'm still pushing for damage. Here's a fetch. This will be a wastable thing. EI. Found Flooded Strand. Don't need to waste in the end step. I can get information first. Now I'm going to Wasteland because I'm about to cast Loam. Targeting 3 lands. Loam generously came up with 2 more lands. Play Wasteland and Taiga. I'm going to attack for 4. By making a construct before damage. Get every point in there. That's more like it. Yeah, they showed weakness when they cast that Loam with no targets. They told me they don't have another land drop. Just shouted it into the sky, and I was able to take advantage of it. Found that little piece of information. Just cut their deck out from under them. Do I want my endurances? Do I want to go down to 60 cards? All good questions. Do I need Surgical? Surgical can hit their Loam, but so does Endurance, which is the thing I'm looking for here. In Surgical, knocking Uro out of the game entirely is a very different thing than Endurance. I'm just submitting the same 61 again, fuck it. This looks as presentable as a deck's gonna get. He says about his 61 card deck. No green sources, heartbreaking because his hand's a nutter. Mulligan. Okay, green source, exploration, no Loam, but I am gonna keep this and send, I think it's Expedition Map to the bottom. I am a minute behind on the clock. Gotta watch out for that. Oh, Red Blast is good. I'm gonna play Rishadan or I'm gonna use Wasteland to cast Currency Converter. And then I'm gonna play Mox Diamond, discarding Rishadan, which goes into the converter and becomes a treasure if I so desire. I'm holding up Red Blast for... Wait, what am I doing? Why am I holding up Red Blast? I could have played Exploration and Red Blasted off the treasure if anything even happened. Okay, my converter gets exiled. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't play Exploration that turn. I could not tell you. No, Wasteland here. And then play Exploration. And then Saga and Ghost Quarter. I need a Loam or something to catch up here. I'm going to run out of juice pretty quick, but Saga is pretty juicy. On Loam, Thespian Stage. All right, now we got the Infinity Saga going. We've hit all their land drops. That's cheating. I hope they cast some blue card that I can kill easily. It's like put Teferi on the stack, I counter it, make a construct, and the game ends. That would be cool. It's Uro. I'm not going to counter this one on the front. I might have to counter it on the back. No land came off of that, so they're out of lands. This is it. I think I want to start attacking. And then right here, oh, I should have copied in my upkeep. I could just save my stage and not do the Infinity Saga thing. This seems really bad though. I could also waste them off green right now. Or port them off green. Whatever this card is. Quarter. Let's quarter them off green. Okay, I'm actually just gonna push aggressively here. Them missing that land drop off Uro tells me a lot, and it's all good information. Grove of the Burn Willows and Ghost Quarter the green source. Probably should have attacked first, but I'm taking Uro out of the game at least. I think I should have not played, or no, I didn't have enough mana to get Wasteland. I can get Wasteland with map next turn. I'm not fighting over Ponder. Not when there are Teferis and Narsets in the deck and Uros. Goes to shuffle. Pass the turn, no land. Pass the turn, no land. Prismatic ending. Okay. Not a play you're excited to make. Loam. Exploration. Okay. Expedition map. Getting Wasteland is the aggro play, and I am going to be aggro about it. Take out Tundra. That's your removal color. And I'm just going to pass with the red elemental blast up. I don't need to play another exploration. Ah, fuck. This is not fair. We'll let you draw a land. Please don't cast Loam. Counter this one. Been waiting the whole game to do this. No, you have the force. Okay, we probably lose now. Force pitching Uro. No, they are stable. All right, give me just Dark Depths off the top. I always had it. Were you worried? God damn it. It's fucking Wasteland. After missing land drops. And I'm not going to make Dark Depths. They have more prismatic endings than they have ace lands. And this is a card I can cast. Here's Choke. If they just use all their mana, YOLO Minsc and Boo, that might win the game. Getting a lot of land drops. I don't care for it. They could Uro here. Leaving up Wasteland. This one is just sliding out of my control. Still a lot of stuff I can do. We're not dead all the way, but it's bad. They could also just waste stage, which would be really interesting because then it kind of take Dark Depth out of the equation anyway, while also taking a source of mana away from me. Caracas. Field of the Dead. That's not what I want. Well, I'll play it all the same, and now we're going to just die to this fucking Uro. And might as well put this exploration into play. In case I draw Loam, I can go all the way nuts. Damn. Is this what I've been doing to lands players all this time? Putting Wasteland and Loam in your control deck. It's bullshit. You should have to not... You don't get Brainstorm if you're doing that. Those are the rules now. I'm going to draw Surgical. Just wait. Right on time. Pyroblast. I'm not mad about that. I would like to remove Uro from play, or at least try to. Uro's more important than Teferi here. By a lot. If neither of us are doing anything that favors me, they do have a Planeswalker doing stuff, but it's not like particularly good Planeswalker. It's not like Minsc and Boo or Jace that's really winning the game on its own. Okay, so they fetched for pondering, trying to find an answer to this Pyroblast. Chose to shuffle, and Uro's in the graveyard. Great. That's good stuff. And all these lands are locked down. If they bounce Choke with Teferi, I can just replay it next turn, so they can't do that until they have something to do. Plus Teferi. I can copy... Why is that island tapped? I don't get it. Alright, I'm going to copy Savannah. Really need a light from the Loam. I just drifted under 5 minutes on my clock. Come on, Loam. Punishing Fire. That's really good. I actually have the Grove. Punishing Fire. Red, colorless. Beat up on Teferi where I can. And I can pass here. I don't need to act now. There is a Taiga in their deck. We've seen it, but Flooded Strand doesn't fetch it. Then another Wasteland. Plus to Fairy. End of turn. Buy back the Grove, or the Fire. Taiga is a red source. Red, colorless. Hit to Fairy. Regrow. Fetching in response. Do we have Endurance? It's not like I could really play around this because the... Okay, yeah. Can't get Taiga anyway. We just had that conversation. Putting Force of Will on top of the deck. Interesting. And finish off this to Fairy. And pass the turn. These Wastelands can slow me down a lot. I get a lot of F6 value here because my deck doesn't contain Wander. Wasted my Grove, sure. Light from the Loam, come on. Light from the Loam. Ah, sucker. Gonna rebuy Fire. Loam, Loam, Loam. Crop rotation. Crop rotation helps me with that Wasteland that's in play. Need a Loam though. That fetch land does get Taiga. Beseiju. That's really good. Maybe. I can Beseiju the Wasteland and then make Marit Lage. Or I could just chill. I'm gonna chill. Wasteland, Ghost Quarter, Urza Saga. Green, colorless. Let's go. Let's go. Don't have Force of Negation. We know they have Force of Will. But I'm not sure I all the way care about that. Force of Will, pitching Narset. Okay. Pass the turn. Now I have inevitability, unless they can answer my Loam. Didn't Endurance me. Put that extra Exploration into play all those turns ago. Could Minsc and Boo here. Just going to dredge Loam and keep bashing. Target Wasteland, Ghost Quarter, Urza Saga. How about this one? You do have Endurance, okay. That clears out my graveyard, but does not get rid of the Loam. If I go red, rebuy. If I play Beseiju, I would need 3 red sources to kill. I can make Marit Lage right now. Okay, I've done this now. Let's see how this works out for me. I might be panicking because of the clock. But I can refire Marit Lage every turn for the rest of the game. Dredge Loam, re-Marit Lage. Attack you. Oh, block. And plow, sure. Well, I'm not losing to anything except time at this point, which is a real problem. Can we go back in? Can I resolve a Loam? At any point, is it going to happen? I can still win this game if Loam resolves. Okay. First land, second land, third land, and we're in Field of the Dead. Pass the turn. I am going to block. I can Punishing Fire to finish this thing off. Incept Fire. I'm not going to rebuy Fire and let Endurance clear my Loam and my Punishing Fire. I'm just going to go into Field of the Dead action now. Land. Land. Hit your graveyard. And they're scooping it up. Oh, baby. That's some blue versus lands going to time bullshit for you. Woo. On to the next one. We're a few rounds into the video. Thanks for sticking with me. Friendly reminder that if you're still here and having fun, smash that subscribe button. And if you want to play what I'm playing, you can use my affiliate link for TCG Player to support the channel while you shop for cards, and you can try any deck anytime with a cardhoarder.com loan account for Magic Online. All these links are in the video description below. Now back to the league. On the draw this round with a really fast Urza Saga fueled by Currency Converter, I'm going to keep this. Ancient Tomb. A Chalice on 1 doesn't matter that much. Yeah, Chalice on 0 would have destroyed me. Okay, let's see what we got here. Is it right to Ghost Quarter this opponent or... Yep, I think so. Okay, Ghost Quarter you. Let's figure out what flavor you are. Is an island or a mountain coming out of your deck here? A mountain, okay. I'm going to play Mox Diamond, discarding Dark Depths, and Mox Diamond, discarding Misty Rainforest, and then I'm going to pass. Currency Converter. Chalice only stopped one card, but it was a good one. Let's hope that cutting their mana out from under them collapses the whole hand, because Urza Saga is not good against Blood Moon. Neither is my deck. Goblin Rabble Master. Bummer. Alright. Well, we might just be dead anyway. Punishing Fire. Oh, there's Urza Saga. Probably too slow, but Shadow Spear is a hell of a card. Let's see if we can get there before I get Blood Mooned and just lose my Sagas. It's a tough time to be a lands wizard when Mono Red Prison is the best it's been since Deathrite Shaman was legal. Another Bugbear tapped. Okay. Here comes a bunch of damage. Outrageous quantities of damage. 6. I can't even count that high. Don't have that many fingers on any of my appendages. I mean, Spirit Guide. Okay, good. That's the kind of shit I needed. I did not need the 4th Mox Diamond, you stupid asshole deck. Okay, I can put a large construct into play this turn and then whip Shadow Spear on the following turn. They can activate Den of the Bugbear, which is additional attacking goblins. Oh no! Well, or I'm just dead now. Found Blood Moon. I think they would have played that last turn instead of Simian Spirit Guide if they had it. I guess Punishing Fire could still stabilize this game. Beseiju removes the Blood Moon. Punishing Fire? Alright, Mountain. Or I'll just play my Mountain. Maybe Mox Diamond was better than Mountain. Just make my creature bigger. They don't seem willing to trade Goblin Rabble Master. Yeah, this Currency Converter turning Mox Diamonds into rogues and real cards in the face of this anemic beatdown would be great. Chalice too good. Honestly, if I draw Beseiju, it's probably going after Chalice, not even the Blood Moon. See if the opponent wants to start pushing a little harder, or if they just poke with their little goblins every turn. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. I do need to block the Rabble Master, but come on, I get 2 more draw steps here. 1, that's not helpful. Now I don't think I can win anymore. Let me tell you about Blood Moon versus lands in general, especially a lands deck that is all in on a Urza Saga line. I think we win this game on the play, though. Like, if I get my Currency Converter down before the Chalice, then Chalice doesn't matter. Saga makes at least 1 construct before the moon comes down, and they're playing off balance to the Rabble Master. That's a different game, but that's not the game we're playing. Okay, Force of Vigors come in, and I think that's it. Their graveyard doesn't matter. Minsc and Boo could be a secret hero in this matchup. If I'm able to fetch my basic and then they Blood Moon, Minsc and Boo is just always an out. I don't think I want Sphere of Resistance. So this deck is kind of built to cast exactly the spells it's built to cast and nothing else. But I don't really want to slow myself down either. Yeah, I'm not bringing in Sphere. I'm going to bring in the forces, Cutting Bajuka Bog, and something else. I could shave an Urza Saga out of respect for Moon, but I'm bringing in all these answers to Moon, and Saga is a good card. Yeah, maybe I do just cut a Saga, though. Sucks. Okay, this is what I'm doing. On the play, oh, a 1-lander featuring Urza Saga. This isn't it. I have Force of Vigor, but you can do better. This is a very fast Marit Lage I'm going to keep and send Shadow Spear to the bottom. I get to Mox Diamond, discarding Maze of Ith, and then play Yavimaya. Or how do we do this? Oh, this doesn't actually work. This is how we do this. Okay. I'll play Thespian Stage and pass. This is not the turn 2 Marit Lage. I would need... Yeah, I need another mana somewhere for that to work. Rabble Master. Okay. Not Blood Moon. I'll take it. Dark Depths still wins this race. I could also just rotate for Tabernacle in an emergency here. Mox Diamond. Urza Saga. Urza Saga helpful? I don't think so. If I play Yavimaya, I can rotate Yavimaya into Dark Depths, but that doesn't win me the game. If I play Urza Saga, that makes them have Blood Moon, and I can rotate the Saga into something else in response. Yeah, there's nothing... Yavimaya is not speeding up the Dark Depths here. Yavimaya speeds up natural Dark Depths, and it also speeds up, but it doesn't speed up Mox Diamond Dark Depths. Here's a bunch of damage. 6 of it, to be precise. If they Blood Moon, what do I do? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That is another Goblin. Okay, I'm just going to go to my turn, pick up Saga, and play this Taiga. Okay, I have Marit Lage now. They could Dead Gone me. Blood Moon doesn't stop this. Discarded 2 Chrome Moxes. I want them to commit mana to the board that taps them out of Dead Gone. Layla, Blade Reforged. Okay. Now they have 2 mana available. I can block the Rabble Master, take 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then win. See what Layla flips here. It's a Spirit Guide, gets them Dead Gone here. Layla flipped Shatter Skull Smashing, and Rabble Master gets bigger, and now I'm going to float a colorless, and then rotate away Urza Saga for Dark Depths, and then make Marit Lage, and hope that I win the game. Keep the one with no counters, make a Eldritch God. Do you have Spirit Guide? Gone. Turns out they did not have that. Cool. We got one. Just racing to the finish line here. This is still the deck that I can submit. Force of Vigor. I'm going to keep this. I can answer Blood Moon and Chalice. I can pitch Minsc and Boo to do it. Tabernacle can keep goblins from going crazy. But his hand is pretty well set up. And my opponent mulled to 4. That's nice. City of Traders, Unlicensors. I don't give a shit. That's a long way away from being part of my plan. I get this Taiga out there, I guess. If they went all in on like a hand that cast turn 2 Blood Moon, then my Force of Vigor can kill the Moon and the Hearse. Oh, wow. What are you doing? What's going on over there? Oh, Exploration, what's up? Exploration gives me the Tabernacle and Rashadan Port, or Thespian Stage is probably better. Yeah, okay. Okay. Down to 1 card in hand and 1 mana, which they have to use to keep their monkey in play. I can cast Minsc and Boo next turn, and I think that's just going to win the game. Crop rotation, fucked up. Okay. Yavimaya and Rashadan Port give me Minsc and Boo, Timeless Heroes. Red, green, colorless, colorless. Leave my Tabernacle, that's also a forest, up. Opponent, I too would have lost interest in this game at this point. We got another one, on to the final round. For the absolute best Magic the Gathering apparel on the market, check out the link in the video description to coalesceapparel.shop, and be sure to use the code BoshNRoll for 10% off when you check out. I'm on the play in this final round with no acceleration, 3 sagas, and a loam. I think it's kind of a mess. I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to start to learn from my mistakes. Look at this. Rewarded with a Nutto. All right, I'm going to keep this and send Yavimaya away. Okay, done. I'm going to play Windswept Heath and Mox Diamond. Discard Wasteland, crack my fetch. Get Basic Forest and cast Loam and hope this is good in this matchup. Don't force a negation me. Okay, we didn't get force a negation. Now don't Grizzlebrand me. There's 2 parts of this deal. Let my thing resolve and then don't kill me. A Scalding Tarn, that's probably good news. I am going to dredge Loam. Lots of good lands in my deck I could find here. Then Wasteland. I should have played Wasteland last. What am I doing here? Exploration. Yeah, I should have played the Heath, then used the Light from the Loam, and used Wasteland as my extra land drop. Sequencing, folks. Very important in non-blue decks. Play. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. If this resolves, I can play the land from my hand and just Loam, leaving Wasteland back. Okay. Got away with it through no fault of my own. Okay, now let's see if we get stormed out or if we're miles ahead of some fair deck that can never catch up with this start. Those are the 2 ways this game could go. Marshflat, Scalding Tarn. This does look like Storm. Basic island and basic plains. Oh, maybe not. Stoneforge Mystic, okay. So it's that kind of party. We're just gonna race a Cauldra. Oh, it's breakfast. Cool. Probably bad news, but cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can play Minsc and Boo and activate Rashad and Port this turn. That's important. I am not gonna dredge Loam. Okay. Play Urza Saga. Get myself up ahead of Days. And then Minsc and Boo. Do we have a counter spell? Can I have a Minsc and Boo? This could be a trick and they just have Cauldra in hand. Or they could be actually going for a combo kill here. If they force, I hope they pitch Cephalid Illusionist. There's a long pause thinking about something. Force pitching to Fairy. Okay. Rashad and Port, get in there. And I think I should go after blue because Cephalid Illusionist is a blue card. And that's the card that kills me. They could just Stoneforge and Shuko right now if they're not doing anything else with the mana. Seems they are doing something else. Have another island. There's a lot of basic lands for my Nut Wasteland start. My opponent does not respect me as a person. And my wishes. Rude. Searching up Cauldra here. I believe that I do dredge Loam this time. Or does that even make sense? Because I guess it's fine. Like, Punishing Fire is the card I'd be looking for. And Loam helps find that faster. It was literally my top card. Good shit. But we'll never know. Okay. Field of the Dead and make a zombie. And do I want to fetch and cast Loam here? I'm going to Rashad and Port and activate. I've already made 2 land drops. Yeah, Loaming here doesn't help. I did flip Punishing Fire. Now I got to find a Grove. Now I'm going to go after white because it's the color they have 1 of. And I can actually beat Cauldra in a race with Shadow Spear. Oh, they didn't activate Stoneforge. Okay, they just have tons of lands is the problem here. I lose to Illusionist plus Shuko. That is a 3-mana line. Illusionist is a 2-drop and Shuko costs 1. God damn. These fucking decks. All right. Yeah, getting comboed out by medium combo fair decks is going to be my lot in life here. Let's at least look at your deck. And me chilling with that Punishing Fire at the top of my graveyard, where it would have been helpful to just draw it. Step through is... Alright, yeah, so they're a pretty dedicated breakfast deck here. I imagine they're going to juke in the sideboard. Because we've already seen Stoneforge Mystic. This is not the normal Yorion version. Like, normally Esper Yorion is the way to build this deck, which is not what they're doing. Force of Wills to Fairies, Urza Sagas, probably to get Shuko, Bluster Storms, Cabal Therapies, the whole shit. Yeah, and me without a Bajuka Bog. Yeah, they just shrugged off Wasteland and Rashadenport and still just turned 4 Goldfish me. I wasted my nut draw. You only get 1 every league, and this was it. Yeah, they know my 1 card in hand is Loam. Can't even float green and see if they concede. It didn't work. Boo. Boo. Okay, Pyroblast coming in. Endurance coming in. Choke coming in. This might be a Sphere of Resistance matchup, though if I get stuck under Sphere of Resistance and they resolve a Stoneforge Mystic, I'm very dead. Tabernacle, not important here. Don't think this matchup's going to grind to a point where I want Sylvan Library. Elvish Reclaimer's good. Exploration's good. I am going to cut Shadow Spear, even though racing Cauldra might be something I need to do. But I'm off it. Oh, that's so disappointing. That was my best hand I've had the whole league. Maybe I don't bring in Spheres. Maybe Minsc and Boo sucks. It does close the game, but I don't really need closing power here. I need to keep Stoneforge Mystic from killing me. Maze of Ith can check Cauldra. Force of Vigor can kill Shuko, but also is kind of whatever. They have a lot of basic lands in their deck. So many. Oh, Torpor Orb stops Thassa's Oracle from happening. Also stops Stoneforge Mystic. Yeah, maybe that's a better card to have in my deck than all these Spheres. Choke, P-Fire, Loam. Is there a land left that's bad? Practice, probably not great. I'm submitting 61 again. I don't know if I just can't figure this out. Oh, Surgical Extraction should be in the deck, but I forgot to click it. Okay, let's win without all our graveyard hate and against the graveyard combo deck. And figure out the rest from there. Man, this deck is hard. Lands experts, please just post a comprehensive sideboard guide in the comments. Okay, I have Elvish Reclaimer, which functions as crop rotation, which is one of the better cards. Except this is a crop rotation that doesn't get countered. Taiga and Reclaimer. Go. And multiple pieces of interaction. I have the Endurance, the Reclaimers in play. Plains, Nomads. Okay. Put a green card. Yeah, okay, cool. That counts as a green card. Okay, Nomads are in play. I can fire them if I want, if I need to. I can pitch Endurance. I can also rotate for Bajuka Bog. I have multiple lines up here. Kind of hope they do just jam. Ponder, okay. Goes to shuffle. End of turn, I'm going to fire the Nomads. Let's get those out of play. Wasteland, not super helpful. It is a land, though. Oh, but now I can cast Endurance. I don't really need to do that, though. Not as long as the Reclaimer stays in play. And play map. And I'm just going to pass with Elvish Reclaimer rotations available. I'll probably rotate away Wasteland in the end step if they don't go for combo. Maybe get Grove of the Burnwellows, set up Punishing Fire, or I could get Dark Depths and set up the win. Oh, JK, Wasteland just got good. Teferi. That card's annoying. Okay, do I want to activate this Reclaimer? Probably just Expedition map. Yeah, fine. Reclaimer's in my hand. I'm going to activate map to do something here. Yeah, the Punishing Fire still seems really good. Or the Grove of the Burnwellows to get the Punishing Fire. Get Grove. Ghost Quarter, what's up? Grove. Buy back P-Fire. So your Teferi. Wasteland, your Saga. Play Ghost Quarter and play Reclaimer. Ghost Quarter doesn't actually help me here. I'm just going to leave it in play. I could have not played Reclaimer and held up Endurance, but I think I need to get this thing online. Yeah, they actually threaded the needle pretty well here if they have Nomad or Shuko plus the thing right now. God damn it. Oh no! And yeah, I should have played around this, and there's nothing I can do about it now. Cool. Dying with Endurance in my hand. Avoidable. Yeah, this turbo version is cool. I played a Yorion build on the channel like a week and a half ago, and a lot of the comments were like, could you just dedicate a 60 card build to this? And yeah, you can. This is what it looks like. Yeah, picked off your Nomad. Had a crop rotation sitting in play. Punishing Fire. Yeah, the Teferi was just so good. It cleared my in-play answer and then turned off every other answer unless I spent mana on or resources on removing Teferi, which are the same resources I would have needed. Yeah, this is just a sweet little goldfish. Dedicated breakfast build. Power to you. They're going to name Endurance. That's like the only card that even matters here. And guess what? It is the card. But it doesn't matter because I don't have any green mana. Oh, they chose crop rotation. Oh yeah, I guess that's a better name. Yep, that one actually matters. And just rip in here. Found a Narcomoeba. Dread Returns there. And this isn't even like Painter where I can untap and Endurance myself in the upkeep. This is just, you know, it's done. Sick deck. Well played. Put up a positive record with Minsc and Boo lands. Both of our losses were to combo decks that threaded the needle and comboed me out through Disruption. And that is commensurate with what I said in the deck tech, which is we should farm fair decks. And we had some long, crazy games against fair decks that we came out on the top of all of. And we're kind of soft to combo, which is true. It looks like I was right. I will say I don't think Minsc and Boo solved any problems that the deck had. Maybe you put them in the sideboard for Blood Moon games where you fetch your basic forest or get a Mox Diamond into play and just mash with Minsc and Boo and don't worry about Blood Moon. But lands has been beating Blood Moon this whole time, and they got Beseiju and Force of Vigor in the last couple of years to make it even better. Yeah, I'm not sure that the Ranger Hamster duo actually adds to this deck in a way that you're happy with. A lot of the times Minsc and Boo were in my hand and they were not castable, or my opponent had 7 cards in hand, and because I was making land drops instead of casting spells, they were not. I was building virtual card advantage, and then they just got to cash out when I actually went for a spell. Yeah, I'm not convinced on this one. Obviously, it's a powerful card in the correct colors. Maybe it belongs in the sideboard. Maybe it doesn't belong here at all. And good chance there was a trophy involved here somewhere if I knew how to sideboard, because these Sphere of Resistances never came in. Are you just supposed to bring those in against any deck that might have a combo in it? Resolving One certainly would have beat that Breakfast player, but I don't know. Where do you even find the room? I did have trouble mapping out the sideboard, and some of it's probably due to unfamiliarity, but there's also deck construction issue where if you have 6 cards to bring in a matchup, but only 4 cards you want to take out, then your sideboard is built incorrectly. And maybe there's a little bit of that going on here. Minsc and Boo causes some friction there. Sometimes it's like obviously not something you want for the matchup and you can cut it, but the Minsc and Boo might be eating up spots on the sideboard map. I don't know, not quite sure what happened there. I certainly submitted 61 cards, more than I ever have in any recorded league ever. Or unrecorded league. That's not a thing that I do. I just couldn't figure it out. That's the league, though. I'm signing off here. Khan Kubrat. I'm not sure about Minsc and Boo, but lands are still good. Me, a novice pilot, still put up a positive record, narrowly being defeated by 2 combo decks that threaded the needle beautifully. Beat Red Prison, the Blood Moon deck. Put that on my scorecard. I'll at least take that one. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the Patreon and the other links in the video description that support the channel. Thank you all for being here, and I'll see you for the next one.